Hello viewers and welcome to this weekend's Out and About. Regular viewers will be familiar with Ahmadiyya Muslim community who have featured a number of times on the programme over the years. The organisation, who promote peace, have a motto which is love for all, hatred for none, and they recently marked 100 years since the foundation stone was laid of the Fazl Mosque, the first mosque in London, and we went along to find out more.
चमकते हैं वो सब जैसे सितारे हुआ मैं तेरे फजलों का मुनादी फसुबहानल्लज़ी अख़ज़ल्लादी हुआ मैं तेरे फजलों का मुनादी फसुबहानल्लज़ी अख़ज़ल्लादी हुआ मैं तेरे फजलों का मुनादी फसुबहानल्लज़ी अख़ज़ल्लादी.
Well, today we are celebrating the centenary or the foundation ceremony of this mosque, and with that we're also celebrating 100 years of Khilafat arriving in this country. And as a result, it's a very historic day for us. You see this beautiful, elegant mosque behind us, and this mosque has become the epicenter of activities in our community, especially since 1984 when Khilafat actually moved into this country and lived on this very complex. And by the grace of Allah, the international community was guided from here. And this is, by the grace of Allah, very historic because 4 khulafas of the community have stayed here, prayed here, and given the blessing to this great institution that stands behind us.
This evening, a very special evening at the Fazl Mosque in London. This is marking the centenary of the foundation stone laying of the Fazl Mosque in London and the visit of the second Caliph of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. We shall now start the formal proceedings for this evening, and we will start with the recitation of the Holy Quran in Arabic by Imam Naseem Bajwa.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon you. The portion of the Holy Quran which I am going to recite is chapter 2, verses 128 to 130. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وَإِذْ يَرْفَعُ إِبْرَاهِيمُ الْقَوَاعِدَ مِنَ الْبَيْتِ وَإِسْمَاعِيلُ رَبَّنَا وَاجْعَلْنَا مُسْلِمَيْنِ لَكَ وَمِنْ ذُرِّيَّتِنَا أُمَّةً مُسْلِمَةً لَكَ.
Hello there, my name is Niwa Limbu. I'm the Parliamentary Officer for the All-Parliamentary Group of Religious Freedom or Belief. We represent over 100 parliamentarians, both in the House of Lords and in the House of Commons. And it's my privilege today to represent the All-Parliamentary Group for FORB at this event today with the Ahmadiyya Muslims, one of our key stakeholders that we do a lot to work with.
I would like to introduce Mr. Rafiq Ahmed Hayat, the National President of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Association UK, to give the welcome address.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Beloved Hazur, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, and all the MTA viewers around the world, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May peace and blessings of Allah be upon you. I'm truly delighted to welcome you all to this historic centenary event. Honored to mark this event, which is in fact covers two elements. the first ever visit to the UK by a Khalifa of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, and the laying of the foundation stones nearly 100 years ago to the date on the 19th of October of the Fazl Mosque by His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad, the second Caliph. The visit came about, as you may have seen earlier in the documentary, by the invitation from Sir Denison Ross, an eminent Orientalist who had deep interest in religion. A special invitation was extended to His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Bashiruddin to speak about the Ahmadiyya Muslim community that had been founded just 35 years prior in 1889. The historic journey by sea and train took him through Middle East, Europe, and brought His Holiness to London, where he stayed for 2 months. During his stay, he delivered many lectures, sermons, and interviews with the media on a range of topics, from the political situation in India to the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, and the teachings of Islam and the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, and visited various places, including the Houses of Parliament. His visit received wide coverage, and it ignited a renewed interest in Islam. This despite the community being very small in the UK at a time with meager resources, but the work was blessed with divine help.
National President, elders, distinguished guests, good evening. I'm very pleased to be here tonight to represent the Lord Lieutenant of Greater London, His Majesty King Charles's representative of London, as the representative lieutenant for Morden, where we have great connections with the community. 100 years ago, there was a tour from India, as we've just been told, to the UK by Mirza Mahmud, the second Caliph of the Ahmadiyyan community. And it is one of great importance in the history of religion movements, particularly outside Christianity in this country. For this mosque, situated in the metropolitan borough of Wandsworth, is the first building erected in London for Islamic worship.
National President, distinguished guests and members of the community, As-salam alaikum. It's a very great pleasure to be here with you this evening, and I want to congratulate this community on this very historic occasion. I have visited the mosque in Morden on a number of occasions, but it's my first visit here, and it's a very great pleasure to see this beautiful mosque and to learn a little more about the important part that it has played in the history both of the Ahmadiyyan community in this country, but also in the work of religious expression and freedom and the service of people in this country. I'm delighted to be here to participate in this evening's event. I hope my presence is a sign of our commitment as Anglicans and as a worldwide Anglican communion of working together with those of other faiths, and of my deep respect and appreciation for the work of this community. Thank you very much for your invitation.
I'm very proud to be the local MP for the Fazl Mosque. I have been here many, many times. I am really privileged and honoured and enjoy working with the local Ahmadiyya community here, and have known that there's going to be this 100-year anniversary for a while. So I'm really excited that I'm here, and the building itself looks so magical. And my favourite part of the story about this building is that over 100 years ago, women in India sold the gold that they had, and they gave that money to people who they didn't know far away here in London, and that resulted in this mosque being built. I mean, it's a fantastic story, and we are so proud of this mosque and of the Ahmadiyya community here in Southfields.
National President, distinguished guests, fellow MPs, friends and neighbours. I see many people here from Southfields because we are so proud that the mosque is here. The first mosque in London is here in our community of Southfields. And I can bring congratulations on 100 years of this beautiful building being here as such a central part of our community. Thank you so much for inviting me here. I think I've been here many occasions. I think this is the largest number of people I've seen here. It's wonderful, over 700 guests. As the local MP for the Fazl Mosque, it's been an absolute privilege to work alongside the Ahmadiyya Muslim community since I was elected in 2019. Now, this evening makes me think back 100 years, what it must have been like in 1924. Now, some things haven't changed. In 1924, there was a general election, and there was Olympics in Paris. So some things stay the same, but this area must have been very different. And most of Southfields was just maybe about 40 years old itself. So it was a young community, and we have grown up together, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community and everyone else in Southfields. We have done so much together in the last 100 years, and that's what I really appreciate about the community, being absolutely sure of your Muslim identity, but also being so open and prepared to work together with so many people.
The centenary celebrations of Fazl Mosque continue, but after this very short break.